Well. Thank you for joining me on this my platform today. We discuss on this platform health tips. In case you are joining for the first time, I am Pastor Yemi Okuribido, a pastor as well as an educationist, as well as a nutritionist, a very certified nutritionist. Now, I'm putting on my cap of that of a nutritionist to speak with you on this platform on health tips. And what am I discussing with you today? I'm discussing on a matter that is so crucial, though for men directly, but for everyone generally. What am I talking about? I'm talking about prostate problems. If you say that does not really concern me, I'm not a man, but you may be a woman that is married to a man. So it is also useful. You can pass on this information to your husband. And you may be a sister that has a brother that is a man. So before we know it, we are simply saying we are discussing what has to do with everyone generally. Causes of prostate problems. Now, talking about prostate problems, there are three major problems associated with the prostate. One, it is the one called prostatitis. Prostatitis, that is inflammation of the prostate. When the prostate becomes inflamed, we call it prostatitis. There are remedies, natural remedies for it. The next one is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. In a layman's language, we call that prostate enlargement. When the prostate begins to enlarge for some of the reasons that I may also mention if I have enough time. When the prostate begins to enlarge, it is called prostate enlargement. But medically, it is called benign prostatic hyperplasia. The word benign there simply means that it is not cancerous. It is benign, non-cancerous. That's the meaning. Benign prostatic hyperplasia. That's the second challenge of the prostate. And the third and the final one, which is the most dangerous, is what is called prostate cancer. So, these three challenges have been there with men, and men have always struggled with it. Research has shown that between 10 to 15% in men will at one time or the other in their lives experience prostatitis. That's the first one I mentioned, when the prostate becomes inflamed. 10 to 15% of men in their lifetime will experience this, prostatitis. There are natural remedies through food, lifestyle, and natural therapy. The second one, BPH. As men grow older, probably from 40 now, even up to the age of 50, before you know it, they said up to 62. At age 60, research has mentioned that 50% of men would have experienced BPH, that is benign prostatic hyperplasia. As from age 60, precisely from that research, 50% of men must have struggled with BPH. Then, as they progress in age to like age 85 or thereabouts, up to like 90% of men must have experienced prostatitis, BPH rather. And then talking about prostate cancer, research has also shown in the last 4 years, as at the last count, in the last 4 years, 7.3% of men worldwide have issues of prostate cancer. So cases of prostate cancer in men globally in the last 4 years is less than 10%, precisely 7.3%. But all of these three can be reversed naturally without taking pharmaceutical drugs, without having to go through chemo that may also be dangerous, pharmaceutical drugs full of chemicals that may also have adverse effects on your health in the long run. But they can be reversed naturally. But that is not what I'm even talking about now. Let's look at the causes first. What are the causes of all these prostate problems generally? The first cause has to do with age that I mentioned earlier. As men grow older, the prostate gland begins to naturally go through changes. The prostate gland begins to go through changes, which eventually leads to the prostate issues, BPH, cancer, prostate cancer, and what have you. Now, prostatitis, like I said earlier, for that can affect any age, especially promiscuous young men and promiscuous young adults. They can as well experience prostatitis. We'll talk about that later. So one cause of prostate problem has to do with age. Another one has to do with smoking. Yes, smoking, you heard me right. Smoking has some kind of adverse effect on the prostate, as well as the lungs too. But since the focus is on the prostate, let me just mention that it has adverse effect on the prostate. When you smoke for too long a time, it will begin to take toll on your health generally now, not even your prostate alone. The third cause of prostate problem has to do with alcohol intake. Alcohol intake. Other nutritionists will say too much of alcohol will affect your prostate. But for me, probably because I'm also a minister, a pastor, I will say alcohol generally, do not take it at all. Even though some may say don't take it too much. I would rather say don't take it at all. So too much of everything, of course, they say is bad. It is also the case with excessive alcohol intake. Excess alcohol does no good to anyone, especially to men. It destroys your health, and it is associated with increased risk of BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia, and increased risk of prostate cancer. So, in fact, all believers are not expected to take alcohol in the first place. What again can cause prostate problems? I'm not pinning it down to one particular problem now. I'm not focusing directly on prostatitis or directly on BPH or directly on prostate cancer. I'm putting everything together, prostate problems generally. Number 4 reason or cause of prostate issue has to do with hormonal imbalances. Hormonal imbalances, that is, changes in the hormone, especially changes in the testosterone. You see, testosterone level of a man can impact negatively on the prostate health. It depends on the level. So testosterone is a major player in men's prostate gland. So when alterations begin to take place in its level, then prostate issues tend to set in gradually. That is another cause of prostate issue, hormonal imbalances. Another one, maybe this is number 5, I guess, yes. Another one is sexually transmitted infections. Sexually transmitted infections can cause prostate problems. What do I mean? STIs like gonorrhea, staphylococcus, and a whole lot like that can lead to prostatitis. Yes, definitely. The prostate can become inflamed as a result of STI. And if not properly treated, it may even damage the prostate gland. So you can see how STI can also affect prostate gland generally and cause prostate problem. Another cause of a prostate problem is what I call sedentary lifestyle. A life that is sedentary, that is not active. 18 hours a day, 16 hours a day, 12 hours a day, you are sitting in the same place in the home. You are not actively involved in any form of exercise. You may not go through rigorous exercise, but at least you move around. So sedentary lifestyle, lack of exercise, or other forms of physical activity may impact the prostate negatively. So when next you are on leave, for example, it is not 24 hours indoor. No, you still take some time to move around, to stand up from your seat, exercise your body, and so on. Sedentary lifestyle can also be a cause of prostate problem. Let me also mention that diet, in fact, is a major challenge. It's a major cause of prostate challenges. Diet. Some kinds of diet can cause a lot of damage to the prostate. Examples of such diets has to do with cow milk, for example. Cow milk in any form, whether skimmed milk or whatever name you call it, as long as it's a cow milk, it's a no to men. You should avoid it totally. Then you may want to ask me, so are we saying men should no longer take milk? Yes, I'm not saying men should no longer take milk, but men should no longer take cow milk. There are other forms of natural milk that you can take in your tea, in your pap, and what have you. I'm talking about all other natural forms of milk, like tiger nut milk, for example. There is a way you extract the tiger nut milk. You can put it in your blender. After that, you sift it, you sift the shaft, and then you have the milk. You can pour the milk on your pap, on your tea, and what have you. Coconut milk is there, and all other forms of natural milk. But cow milk is a no for men. It's a major cause of prostate problem for men. Another one is red meat. Red meat. When you begin to take too much of meat, it's dangerous, especially for men. Yes, meat is a natural source of protein, I understand. But you can take lean meat. When we talk about lean meat, we are talking about bush meat, for example. And there are other sources of protein. You can get your protein in your beans. You can get it from your fish, different kinds of fishes, scaly fishes, for example. You can get it from other food apart from that red meat. Red meat is another major cause of prostate problems for men. Maybe I will take two others and then round off, or even one. Another one has to do with family history. That's another major player when it has to do with causes of prostate problems for men. Family history, just like other chronic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and so on, that has to do with family history too. The same way, prostate issues can also be associated with family history. If you have someone in the family, probably your father or grandfather or great grandfather, or your uncle or your brother, that has experienced prostate cancer or what have you, major prostate issue in life, then you too should begin to do things to avoid it, so that you will not also, because probably it may be in the gene, but I tell you, if you change your diet and lifestyle, you may not even experience it at all. Hello. Then let me mention finally another major cause of prostate problem. I think this is number 9 that I've mentioned. I'm stopping at this. Excess intake of carbohydrates. Excess intake of carbohydrates. Why do I say this? The end product of carbohydrates is sugar. And we all know that sugar is not good for anybody, especially refined sugar. Sugar is good in the body, but I'm talking about refined sugar. If you need your sugar, for example, you can get it from fruits and other forms of food apart from refined sugar. The sugar from your fruit, for example, is called fructose. You can get it from there. You can get it from honey, natural ways of getting sugar. But I don't want to deviate into sugar intake. But what am I saying? I'm simply saying here that excess intake of carbohydrates may also have effects on your prostate, because the end product of carbohydrates is sugar. Hello. Now, let me quickly highlight some of the few remedies, few solutions to BPH, for example, benign prostatic hyperplasia, and some other major health, some other major prostate challenges, like the cancer too. The solutions, the remedies I'm mentioning here, they are just lifestyle changes I will mention. But of course, I'm online. I may not be able to do one-on-one with you, but at least when you do some of these things, it may help you a little to deal, or totally to deal with your prostate problems. But if you will need one-on-one, then one can also attend to you one-on-one. Then we'll go further than that. But what are the solutions? What are the natural remedies? Simple. Number 1, you stop smoking. When you stop smoking, it will have general good health. It will make a general good health practice for you, and it may prevent so many diseases, not even prostate diseases alone. Number 2, stop alcohol intake. When you stop taking alcohol, it will gradually help you to minimize sicknesses and diseases that comes to your body, including prostate diseases, for example. Number 3 solution, like I said, I'm just mentioning some mild natural remedies. Number 3 solution is to stay away from multiple sex partners. Stay with just one woman, your wife only, and that will help you to avoid STIs, sexually transmitted infections, which can as well cause prostate problem for you. Number 4, check your diet intake. Wow, this cannot be overemphasized. Check your diet intake. Why? Because most of the sicknesses and diseases we experience in life come into our bodies through the kinds of food we eat and the kinds of lifestyle we live. So if you can check your diet intake, then it will have major impact on reversing your prostate problem. What do I mean? You eat balanced diet daily. 2, incorporate fruits and vegetables in your diet daily. 3, reduce your carbohydrate intake. This is why you also need a nutritionist to guide you on even your daily meals. You will need the help of a nutritionist. So, another remedy is, and I'm rounding off with this, engage in regular exercises. Engage in regular exercises. Every day you can embark on a minimum of 30 minutes exercises. You may not have to do a rigorous exercise as if you are preparing for Olympics or whatever. You can just schedule your time, probably very early in the mornings, and just walk around your estate if your estate is safe. Walk around your estate or from street to street if your area is safe for a minimum of 30 minutes, and you are done for the day. Because exercise alone helps to reverse so many major health challenges, in fact, including hypertension. Sometimes later, I will discuss hypertension on this platform. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please, this is the right time to do so. Subscribe, like, follow us on social medias on Health from Food. You can follow us on Facebook, Health from Food. You can follow us on Instagram, Health from Food. You can follow us on YouTube, Health from Food. Even on TikTok, Health from Food. Health as in HEALTH. From as in 4, figure 4, RM. And then food. Health from Food. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, you find us there. If you find this very useful, I think it is good if you also share with others so that they can benefit from it. And if you have any question whatsoever, you can drop it at the comments box below. If you have any question on this issue, drop it at the comment box below. But if you need one-on-one attention where we can delve in depth into this issue and reverse any prostate problems totally using natural remedies, you can send email to Health from Food. The same Health from Food, HELTH, figure 4, RM, that is from, then FOOD, food, at gmail.com. healthfromfood@gmail.com. We will respond to you, then we can have one-on-one with you to totally help you to reverse these prostate issues totally using food, lifestyle, and natural remedies. I've been there before. I was once taking BPH medication for a very long time, but I'm totally free now. I didn't take it any longer, just through natural remedies. God bless you. Thank you for joining me. Pass it on, like I said, share with others, and subscribe. God bless you. Bye for now.